Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, for your patience. So your department is extraordinarily, unbelievably important to Oregon. And the reason, of course, is that for the past 40 years, Oregon has been governed by Democrats from the governor's office for 40 years. And for the last 20, approximately, it's been governed by Democrats from the House and the Oregon Senate. I was in the Oregon House and Senate for a total of 12 years, not one day in the majority. So I'm so happy to be sitting here talking to you right now about your department, which controls about 75% of my district of 70,000 square miles. And so you are incredibly important, and your agency is incredibly important. Let me just share with you why we have to look to your agency for help. Under the 40 years of Democrat administration in Oregon, we have become 47th out of 50th when it comes to being attractive to business. 47th out of 50th. Under Democrat leadership, we are 49th out of 50 when it comes to fourth grade math and reading proficiency. 49th out of 50 under Democrat leadership. Under Democrat leadership, we are often the worst in the nation when it comes to wildfire occurrence. Under Democrat leadership, we are 43rd out of 50 when it comes to economic outlook. Thank goodness we have Medicaid, because we are fifth in the nation when it comes to needing Medicaid. Thank goodness we have that program, fifth in the nation. Thank goodness we have SNAP, because we are second or third in the nation when it comes to needing it. And again, it's because our economy is in shambles, particularly when it comes to the rural areas where your agency is in place to do some things about this. Oregon is 42nd in the country when it comes to housing affordability. Oregon is 13th highest when it comes to closing businesses, and Oregon has land zoned for industrial use near the lowest amount in the nation. Other than that, Oregon's doing great. So we have to look to you and say, what in the world can we do? And I want to start by talking about the Oregon and California lands, the ONC lands, 2 million acres of land in the southern part of Oregon that your agency has control over. And thank goodness you are looking at the possibility of increasing the removal of timber from that ONC land. That land was, under a 1937 law, set up to provide timber to local communities on a sustainable basis. I know you're aware of this, but can I ask if I can help in any way in that process of getting us to more timber off that land? Because what we're doing right now, you mentioned it earlier, is we're just setting all of that wonderful timber up for burning is what we're doing. Perhaps you can comment on that.
Well, first of all, would love to engage with you, Representative, on how we can help revitalize those rural areas on public lands, particularly as it relates to timber development, because timber development by the private sector and saving our forests from catastrophic fires go absolutely hand in hand about reducing that fire load. And so very much looking forward to you to doing that. There's not enough dollars in the world for us to have the federal government just go in and send in crews when we could actually have the private sector who knows how to, today with the technology, to be able to remove timber and still maintain and protect the watersheds, protect the forests, and then help rebuild the economies in those rural communities. But anyway, we look forward to partnering with you.
And so do I. Let me turn to mining. Again, my district is 70,000 square miles, and a huge part of it is blessed with incredible mineral resources. Now, the president today is in China, and his ability to negotiate for us is dramatically curtailed by our lack of having access to rare earth minerals and the ability to process them. Yet we have them in my district. And so is your agency looking to try to help access those minerals on the lands that you are in charge of?
Well, the answer is yes, and we're working closely with the National Security Council, the National Energy Dominance Council, where there's a team that's working to identify potential areas for critical mineral development, mining, and processing in this country. And so if you've got either specific projects or things you'd like to meet with, happy to have you meet with that team and make sure that they're aware of what the opportunities are as we look to try to rebuild this industry in America.
Right, we will definitely take you up on that. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your work on the Klamath, because the Klamath Lake and that area is in my district. And your help in trying to balance the application of the limited water resources has been invaluable. And we look forward to continuing to work with you to keep or reach a better outcome for all concerned in that basin. Thank you so much. I yield back.